This is Sean with Rock All Photography Music Magazine, and today I'm sitting down with Elias from NONPOINT. How you doing, Elias?
How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. Good. I want to talk to you a little bit about the current tour. How's that going?
It's going good. It's going good. Wrapping it up.
Very good. And you're performing with Letters from the Fire.
Mm-hmm. And he is a legend.
And he is legend.
Mm-hmm.
How are they doing?
Great folks, both of them.
You guys get a chance to check out their sets?
Yeah. As much as we can when we can. Definitely.
That's awesome. So you guys have been going at it for what, 20 years now?
Yeah, just about.
And you have 10 studio albums with the latest release.
Yes, sir.
So do you ever look back and go, holy crap?
Yeah, quite often. Quite often. Yeah, it's been a long road. It's still going.
Yeah, and do you look back and see, obviously over 20 years we're getting older. I'm older, mm-hmm. and you see maturity in the music. Like, do you think the views and the words have changed along those 20 years in your albums?
Yeah, I mean, people grow up and their ideals and their lives change and their focuses and priorities change. So, normally you write from those parts of your life. So, right. The subjects tend to change with age.
Absolutely. So I've seen you guys probably a dozen times, and I've photographed you guys for my magazine several times. Every time you guys come out with such enthusiasm and such big smiles on your face, and there's no doubt that you love what you're doing. Yeah. How do you get that energy? I mean, you guys are on the road and sleeping in a van, or like, how do you come up with that energy every single show?
Well, it's the reason that we're out here touring. That hour and a half that we're on stage that's what it's all about. So, if you're not going to put it in there, then there's really no reason to be out.
Absolutely. Well, the latest album, X or 10, mm-hmm. right? Much like your previous albums, it comes across really nice and heavy. Was the writing and recording process similar with the other albums, or did you do anything different with this album?
It was a little different. We had Fred Archambault. It was the first time that we worked with him. Dove into tones and played a lot with different personalities for each song. We were going from song to song, really trying to separate each one in the record. So it was a bit of a different process, but we recorded basically how we always record.
Right.
Just having him at the helm, helped us with the sound a little bit.
Cool. So, is there a theme or for the album, or is it each song has its own meaning?
Yeah. Everything. Obviously, 10th record is a milestone moment.
Absolutely, man.
So we wanted to put it all on there.
Cool. What inspires the creation of new music for the band?
Right now the cycles. It's label or whether we're self-releasing a record. We decide. We're the deciders of our own fate. So
right.
We decide when we want to put out a record, and we've been around 20 years, so every 2 years, record. There you go. Just do the math.
A lot of work, man.
Yeah.
And you guys are on the road a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I see you guys touring constantly.
Mm-hmm.
So when you guys come together and do a new album, what's that look like? Do you have lyrics that you want music put to, or do you have music and you put lyrics to it, or is it back and forth?
Lately it was more music I'm putting lyrics to, doing some arranging and stuff like that. But the songs develop however they develop. Whether it comes from drum and bass part starting it out, or a guitar part starting it out, or somebody coming with an entire song sometimes.
Right.
It's when you're at record number 10, you've pretty much run the gambit of how to do it, and it's best to kind of let them do what they're doing.
Right. And over the 10 years, you've had some changes in band members. Who is the current lineup right now?
That's BC Kochbit, Rashid Thomas, Adam Willows, and me and Rob.
Okay. Yeah, Rob and I have the same haircut.
Yeah.
So I see fans often say, your music changed my life, or, this song saved my life.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have those experiences where you see that come through? And what's that like for you? I mean, that's got to be a powerful thing.
Of course. Last night we played Live and Kicking just for that reason. We have a lot of veterans and a lot of first responders and people that are protecting the general public, who gravitate towards our music. So it's something that we take into conceration when we visit places like naval bases or marine bases or towns like that, or we're in a town like Boston where we know a lot of the police there enjoy our music. So it's definitely an addition to the pros of doing what I do for a living.
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine someone saying like, you saved my life, and your words meant so much to someone.
Definitely.
It's got to be pretty impactful.
It's pretty heavy.
It's amazing too.
Yeah.
So with the ability to scream and sing and rap, you have the whole gamut there, and you've put all that into all these albums and your songs. What music are you into? Are you into a variety of music, like some of your favorites?
Yeah. I mean, it's my music collection is pretty eclectic.
Yeah.
I'm an old school hip hop, R&B guy growing up. It's what I grew up on. I grew up on a lot of classic rock.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the newer stuff that I like is more on the experimental side of the rock genre. I'm a big fan of like Circa Survive or bands like Crowbot that are have a very distinguished sound.
They're fun.
About themselves and are kind of they're in their own lane.
Absolutely.
Bands like the Deftones and bands like that. But
you guys ever play with the Deftones?
Once or twice. Yeah.
Like one of my favorites.
Yeah, me too. But on the on the other side of things, I'm a massive James Taylor fan. I'm a huge Billy Joel fan. I'm a huge Prince fan. Michael Jackson. I love 80s music. It's, I'm a guy that likes a snappy song.
Yeah. Very cool. I know you guys are extremely active on social media. I mean, I put out a press release, and I swear you guys like it within an hour online, which is awesome. Do you guys have someone that manages
Rob does the Facebook.
Oh, he does.
So
okay,
he normally keeps up.
That's awesome. Yeah. And how's that changed the landscape for music? Back when you started, this wasn't really a big thing, but now
it's honestly it's just another promo tool. It's another cog in the wheel.
Right.
Music is always changing. Music delivery is always changing. 3 years ago, people were getting downloads, and now everybody's got subscriptions.
Right.
It's constantly changing and morphing. So, who knows what it'll be 3 years from now.
Well, speaking of that, like with the streaming and subscriptions, and I've read things that the payouts versus back in the day are so much more minimal. Is that what you think drives a lot of bands to have to tour constantly in some ways? I mean, is
absolutely.
that the moneymaker?
Absolutely. Well, luckily the Senate just passed a law, starting to hold, the streaming companies accountable for not paying songwriters and composers and the people that write this music, like, my band.
It's messed up.
Yeah. So, but at the same time too, you got to put blame on all the, the higher ups that are all making backroom deals and getting payouts and kickbacks and from all these companies that, have millions of dollars into legal teams and things to protect themselves, but really workhorse their bands into a point where they basically can't survive unless they do tour,
right?
Constantly. So it's it's a broken system that definitely needs a little bit of help.
Yeah, absolutely. But with, back to social media, I see, there's fan groups and there's so many ways of interacting with bands, and I think that
but there's also remonetization and redirecting of things. You can't access all of your likes on Facebook without dumping $1 million into advertising. It's every single day they make it harder and harder and harder for us.
I agree. Yeah.
It's not something that I'm exactly gonna jump behind and pretend that I'm excited about the way it works.
Right.
It's a necessary evil that I got to deal with, so I deal with it. But I'm not going to jump up and down loving the way that it's handled.
But the cool thing about it is the fans can connect with you and they can follow you day to day.
But they used to connect to Beatles, and they connected with
they did.
James Brown, and they connected with Michael Jackson and Prince and all these people that sold hundreds of millions of records worldwide.
Right.
And those people were taken care of for that reason, instead of having companies or bands or record companies dump hundreds of thousands of dollars and sweat equity and manpower into something that then just gets turned around and auctioned off at 0.008 cents on the dollar.
It's sad, man.
Yeah, it is. It's
sad.
really sad.
And you guys just want to do your art and love life and be able to make a living, and they make it hard, and everyone else is getting rich off of it, which is not so good.
Eventually that bubble is gonna pop.
Yeah, things will have to change, and just like back in the day of Napster, things have progressed from there, know. But everyone thought, hey, if I'm streaming or I'm subscribing, then I'm helping out the band and I'm paying for music. But really, we're just helping out the subscribing services. Yeah. So, what's next on the horizon? Just more touring?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah, we got a tour in November, December. We're doing Shiprocked, and then falling out into the springtime.
Shiprocked. Have you guys done that before?
A couple times.
Good time?
Yeah.
Awesome. And then anything you want to share with our readers, listeners?
No, get to the show.
It's
the best way to see it. It's
Absolutely.
not like seeing it up close.
You're right, man. I mean, the energy you guys put out there is just top notch, and you just leaves you wanting more.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Well, thanks for your time, and wish you the best of luck.
I appreciate it, man.
Thanks.
Thanks, buddy.